Good morning, FSCJ. Welcome to Convocation 2019. My name is Joe LaBarbera. I am a professor of speech communication right here at FSCJ and delighted to serve as your MC for Convocation 2019. Thank you. All right, speech department. Before we begin, we have some important housekeeping to handle. Of course, safety always comes first, and it's very important to understand that in the unlikely event of an emergency, we do need you to exit very calmly to the exit nearest you. Now, you'll find exits in the back of the room. There are two. There's also one in that corner. There's an exit up front here to your right and my left, and there are also exits behind the curtain. So in the unlikely event that you are asked to leave, please do so calmly. And you might want to take a moment to find the exit nearest you right now, keeping in mind it may actually be behind you. Well, hopefully you are just as excited as I am to be here today to kick off the academic year that is right in front of us. We have so many great campuses and so many great centers across this part of Florida. It is so great to have the opportunity to have everybody together in one spot this morning, and it is so nice to see so many faces, making new friends and renewing old acquaintances. Now, you know all too well that the work does not stop just because many of us are gathered here today for Convocation. There are a lot of people that still have work to do, including us. It's waiting for us in our office or our work area or our classroom. So we want to take a moment just to thank all of our colleagues who are actually working right now. They're ensuring that our students have everything they need to successfully begin the semester starting next week. Thanks to everybody. That includes our team members from Student Services. We have people working right now in the business offices. They are assisting students preparing for their first day, as well as our friends in Human Resources and, of course, in Facilities. Now, as you arrived this morning, hopefully you were able to stop by and enjoy breakfast in the cafeteria. We'd like to take a moment to thank our new service vendor, food service vendor, the Blue Wave Cafe. Thank you for being such a great host. For those of you who were at breakfast, you may have noticed something we're calling the points of pride. They were displayed on the digital monitors. Now, these accomplishments and accolades, they are all from all areas of the college, and they are giving us all a glimpse into the magnitude that we have right here at FSCJ. So keep your eyes out for the next edition of the Blue Wave newsletter, and I know you do anyway because you want to try to get that prize package when it comes out and you put those answers in there. Well, keep an extra eye out because in the next Blue Wave newsletter, we'll distribute the full list just in case you missed it. And as a reminder, we are still accepting food and personal supplies this week to stock the FSCJ Hope Food Pantry, and that, of course, supports the most basic students' needs here at FSCJ. And if you're like me, you raided your pantry last night, pulled out a few things, and were able to drop them off this morning. Here at South Campus, where my office is located, we have a special area for people in our department, and I was able to stop by and drop off a few things there this morning. Hopefully, you'll take that opportunity to do so as well. Now, if you ran off with just yourself this morning, that's just fine. You can find donation bins at student life centers across each of our campuses. You can also donate money in the food pantry section of the FSCJ website. And if you have a question, you want to email them, you want to do something really special and really big, that's a simple email address. It's foodpantry@fscj.edu. So are we ready to begin Convocation 2019? We have a lot going on. We have a new president, perhaps you've heard, Dr. Avendano, and I had a chance to speak with Dr. Avendano yesterday. Just fabulous. You are going to love him if you do not already. Being a Wisconsin guy, we have a Midwest connection. He's from Illinois, I'm from Wisconsin. As you can tell probably from my accent, Wisconsin. And that makes me a cheesehead and a Packers fan. And that's okay. That makes Dr. Avendano a Cubs fan and a Bears fan. And as everybody knows, the NFL's 100th season kicks off on Thursday, September 5th on national television, and the national game on NBC is the Packers and the Bears, the NFL's oldest rivalry. So I just want to wish Dr. Avendano's team good luck, but not too much good luck. And if you're new to Florida, we do have a lot of pests down here. We do have bears that tend to roam. We have alligators. We have snakes. I have the surefire way to keep at least the bears out of your backyard. Do what I did. Put in an end zone. Now let's begin Convocation 2019. The script here says, insert personal anecdote on Dr. Wall, but in the interest of time and keeping things moving, perhaps a sports introduction might be more appropriate. So here we go. From Penn State University, at 5'11", 199 and a half pounds, please welcome my favorite provost and vice president of academic affairs of all time, Dr. John Wall.
Joe, thank you so very much, and welcome everybody, colleagues, to this 2019 Convocation ceremony. There is excitement in the air. Dr. Avendano, you should know as well, you'll hear more. At Kankakee, he also went by Dr. A. You may have noticed we're going to have Q&A with Dr. A around in places, but I thought we could give him a greeting from FSCJ, and I like to play on the rhyme. So I'm asking you for hey, hey, Dr. A on three. Make it count. 1, 2, 3. That's what we want to bring, so thank you very much. FSCJ family, we are fortunate to be made up of an amazing team of individuals, and that is you all, who make student success a priority and a real possibility, and make coming to work on a daily basis more purposeful and more meaningful. Each year, as part of our work, we are pleased to recognize an especially remarkable group of faculty who are nominated by colleagues and students, as well as other members of our FSC community, to receive our APC, Administrative and Professional Collaborative, our CEC, Career Employees Council, and faculty awards. Now, you may have seen communications that were shared over the past year about the names of this year's recipients. But, as Joe mentioned earlier, we rarely get a chance to come all together in this way. So I'd like to take just a few moments, once again, to acknowledge each of the recipients and allow you to put a face with a name. So to each of our recipients, as I read your name, I'd like you to stand so that we may congratulate you on your outstanding achievements and showing us what the very best of FSCJ looks like. And as Provost, let's begin with the 2019 Distinguished Faculty Awards recipients. So first of all, it is my pleasure to share with you Dr. Samantha Ertenberg, Professor of English. Sam, where are you? There she is. Next up, Dr. Jose Leprovanche, Professor of Supervision and Management. Jose? So Jose has retired, by the way. He will still be around. We didn't know if he'd be here this morning. So he has gone out doing some outstanding work. I'm so glad he received that. And at Academic Plenary, we'll talk about some of his legacy with TEDx FSCJ as well. Next, it's my pleasure to share with you Professor of History, Dana Logan. Professor of English, Dr. Daniel Powell. And from the School of Business, Professor of Accounting, Neil Schreiber. Congratulations to all of you, and thank you for the work that you do. In addition, we have an FSCJ Adjunct Award recipient who was not able to be with us here this morning, and that is Professor of Computer Education, Don LaFond. So, if you would. I love the idea of clapping in absentia. I like to think maybe sometime people are clapping for me somewhere. I'm not even there. It's kind of cool. So, as you came in this morning, I hope that you did notice, and Joe mentioned this as well the names of those employees who are celebrating years of service milestones. 10 years, 15, 20, 25 years, 30, 35, 40, and even 45-year employees. That is, having employees of that kind of longevity says a lot about the institution that we work with. You know, for all the push and the pull and the things that we do, this is a place that people love to be at because they love the mission and they love the people they work at, and the longevity that we have our employees says a whole lot. So thank you to all of you who achieved those milestones of years of service. Each of you has made a significant investment of time to FSCJ, and I want you to know that we value and appreciate your dedication that has brought the college to where it is today. Thank you so very much. If you happen to miss the slides of those names as they were coming in, we'll show them again on the screen as we dismiss today. We'd also like to honor the winner of the Administrative and Professional Collaborative Exceptional Service and Initiative Award recipient, and that is Learning Management System Administrator Robin Reese. Robin, would you please stand and be recognized? There she is. I'm glad she's at the top of her game, because if we had to sum Robin up in one word this year, it would be canvas. Yes. All right. Thank you very much, Robin. And last, but certainly not least, congratulations to the Career Employees Council Recognition of Excellence Award recipient, Microcomputer Support Technician 2, Jermaine Lazenberry. Please stand so that we can applaud you, Jermaine. There's an incredible group of people within this community who also believe in our institution's mission and purpose so much that they selflessly work alongside us, helping us to achieve our goals, making way for our students to do the same, and challenging us to be our very best. Some of those individuals have come to celebrate with us today. So before we continue, I want to take a moment to thank our trustees who are here. And I'd ask that each of you would please stand as I share your name. First, the chair of our District Board of Trustees, Mr. Mac McGahey. Our vice chair for Nassau County, Mr. Mike Bell. Our vice chair for Duval County, Mr. Wayne Young. Our newest trustee with huge energy and excitement, Trustee Jennifer Brown. Also from Nassau County, Trustee Laura DeBella. Trustee Hunt Hawkins. Trustee Candace Holloway. And Trustee Tom Madonix. Thank you so much for all that you do, for the time that you do give, for the care and love that you have for our institution. It's truly appreciated. Please, everybody, one more round of applause for our trustees. Thank you. It's also my honor to introduce my fellow members of the Executive Cabinet. So as I read your names, would you please stand? First, Dr. Marie Nagy, Vice President of Institutional Effectiveness and Advancement. Linda, you do have to stand for this one. All right. Dr. Linda Herlocker, Vice President of Student Services. My side comment, if you're not aware, a few weeks ago, Dr. Herlocker suffered a broken leg, and it has not, she hadn't skipped a beat, so thank you, Linda. Great stuff. My colleague, Ms. Jana Coy, Vice President of Online and Workforce Education. And Mr. Al Little, Vice President of Business Services. I consider myself fortunate to be a part of this cabinet team and fortunate to be a part of FSCJ for many reasons. And one of them is because of all of you who are out here, our dedicated faculty and staff. You all deserve to be recognized, not just today, but throughout the year, for all you do on a daily basis for the good of our students. I know there are many of you here who have received other significant awards and credentials that we probably don't even know about. If that is you, if you received any kind of award or acknowledgement within or outside of the institution, in just one moment, I'm going to ask you to hold up your hands so we can see. You might not want to do it, but I'm going to ask you to do it not only so we can recognize you, but I want everybody in here to see that we're all striving to take that next step, to do that higher thing. As you raise your hand, you're going to help pull people towards doing that as well. So if you received any sort of those recognitions in the last year, please raise your hand and let's see what we've got going on. Up, up. Congratulations and thank you to you all. There are also many more of you who've gone on to complete a degree or a certificate program this past year, either here or at another institution. If you have completed a degree and you fit into that category, could I please get a quick showing of hands? Where are our graduates? There we go. And finally, because we place so much emphasis on ongoing education for our students, why would we not celebrate the same for ourselves? For those of you who at FSCJ have participated in any kind of professional development activity over the past year, the academic year, whether through our own programming or at a conference or convention you attended, or even online in your own time, would you please raise your hand? Who's getting professional development? Fantastic. That's wonderful. You all, there is excitement in the air, and I ask you to help be a part of that and to move that momentum forward. It is now my pleasure to welcome Miss Ernestine Hall, a library assistant at North Campus, who is also quite a performer. We've asked her to share an encouraging message through song. So, without further ado, please join me in welcoming Miss Ernestine Hall.
Very familiar song. If you're familiar with it, sing along with me. Come on, let's have a good time today. Listen as your day unfolds, challenge what the future holds, try and keep your head up to the sky. Lovers, they may bring you tears, go ahead, release your fears, stand up and be counted, don't be ashamed to cry. You gotta be bad, you gotta be bold, you gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard, you gotta be tough, you gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool, you gotta be calm, you gotta stay together. All I know is love will save today. Herald what your mother said, read the book their father read, try to solve the puzzles in your own sweet time. Some may have more cash than you, others take a different view. My, oh my, yeah. You gotta be bad, you gotta be bold, you gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard, you gotta be tough, you gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool, you gotta be calm, you gotta stay together. All I know is love will save the day. Time asks no questions, it goes on without you, leaving you behind if you can't stand the pace. The world keeps on spinning, can't stop it if you try to. This time is danger staring you in the face. Oh, remember, listen as this day unfolds, challenge what the future holds, try and keep your head up to the sky. Lovers, they may cause you fears, go ahead, release your tears. My, oh my, yeah. gotta be bad, you gotta be bold, you gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard, you gotta be tough, you gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool, you gotta be calm, you gotta stay together. All I know is love will save the day. You gotta be bad, you gotta be bold, you gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard, you gotta be tough, you gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool, you gotta be calm, you gotta stay together. All I know is love will save the day. You got to be bold, got to be bad, got to be hard. Do what others say. Got to be hard, not too hard. Hey, love will save the day. You gotta be bad, you gotta be bold, you gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard, you gotta be tough, you gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool, you gotta be calm, gotta keep it together. Hey, love will save the day. You gotta be bad.
Desiree, eat your heart out. We have Ernestine Hall here at FSCJ. Oh my goodness, that is so fabulous. We have so many talented people here at FSCJ. Earlier this morning, you heard me talk about some of them. A lot of our colleagues who are working can't be here with us. Now, there is also one very important group of people who are so valuable to the college that they deserve special recognition, and we're going to do that right now. Calling them unsung heroes is not an understatement. Here's the thing. You may not even know much about them. They run independently, yet they have an incredible amount of influence on the student experience right here at FSCJ. And there are people who make up something we call the Contact Center. And if you haven't heard about this, you're about to meet these fabulous people because they first launched the Contact Center in June of this year, taking roughly 30,000 calls, a little more than that, I think. But look at it this way. If you took 10 calls this week, multiply that by 3,000, and that's how busy these people really are and how busy you would be. So we've made special arrangements. We have a police escort waiting outside to take us to the Urban Resource Center, which is where they are located. So we have an interview set up. We have the technology. So at this point, I'm going to hustle up, get over there. Let's all go to the URC. Well, you stay there. I'm going to go. Can I have some cake? What is that? Dessert? Can I have some? No. Ooh, potluck, second floor. Potluck is on the second floor. Oh, we're supposed to go to the fourth floor? All right, fourth floor.
Here.
Yes, ma'am.
Woo, close call. Hey, it's Joe. Made it to the Urban Resource Center. I've got Donna Wilhelm here. She's one of the managers, or the manager. I don't know.
I'm the manager.
You're the manager, the manager, not a manager. Where are we located, and how long you been up and running, and what's happening here?
Okay, well, you're at the Contact Center, and we are at the Urban Resource Center on the 4th floor.
That's fabulous. Can you share about the team, the process, what happens?
Sure. We have 21 reps that we hired, and they went through a 6-week training starting May 6th, and we went live June 19th.
tell us about the process they've gone through to better serve all of our students.
Sure. Well, like I mentioned, we went through a 6-week training. We virtually trained them in every department in the college, and there were probably over 60 people involved with that training. And then eventually we went live.
Is there like a typical day? Do you even have typical days in the contact center?
We do.
What's it like?
Yeah. Some typical days are busier than others, but a typical day looks like they come in for their shift. We have 2 different shifts going on. We have meetings every morning. We call them morning huddles, and we go over any issues or anything that we want to update them on different departments before they go on the phones live.
And how the calls are managed, handled, transferred?
Sure. We have 4 different queues. We have advising, records, recruiting, and financial aid.
How many calls
No.
are you taking, and
Well,
have you got a record? Somebody who's
we're-
like, I took 5,000 calls in a year or whatever?
Well, it's peak season right now, and so the call volume this week picked up. We might have averaged between 8 and 1,000 calls a day. Now we're averaging about 1,600 calls a day.
Whoa,
Yeah, so,
1,600.
yeah. Since we went live, we've taken 33,000 calls.
33,000 calls.
Yeah.
Were they all the right number? Like, did anybody try and order pizza or anything?
We've had a couple of those.
That
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
What's the one thing that's really important to share with the rest of the college and everybody here at Convocation today that can help ensure you and your team are positively impacting not only current but prospective students here at FSCJ?
Sure. Well, what my message would be is, communication with us. Letting my department know, letting the contact center know of, different changes in your department, any correspondence that went out to students that we need to know about, because that all triggers phone calls. So that we need to be able to provide those answers for the students and provide them excellent customer service. And so we need communication from the departments to us.
What's the other thing we can share with everybody to talk about the positive impact that we're having here, well, that you're having for our students and prospective students at FSCJ? Something that all of these people out here, they want to know. They should know.
Well, we're serving our students. We're servicing them. We're answering their questions. We're giving them excellent customer service, and that's our goal.
That is awesome. Thank you so much for taking that. You guys are working today. Everybody else kind of has the day not off, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we're always working.
Everybody's working right here, and you couldn't be at Convocation, so thank you. I have to get back.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you so much.
Okay,
Bye.
You're welcome.
I'm not quite as young as I used to be. Thanks for taking along. I need a little bit of breather. So at this point, we're going to turn the program over to our newly elected District Board of Trustees Chair. He's going to come up, tell us a little bit about himself, and introduce you to our keynote speaker. Please welcome your favorite trustee and mine, Mac McGee.
It's pretty intimidating coming up here and being introduced by a speech and communications professor who's been doing this. I've been coming to these convocations for a long time, and it seems like I hear his voice. Oh, that must be Convocation. Ms. Hall, that must be one rockin' library. And I tell you what, they always told me to be quiet, but I don't have your voice, so maybe there's a reason behind that. Hello all, I'm Mac McGee. I represent this great board of trustees up here, and we as a team, we've only got really one role, and that one role is to manage and hire one employee. And I'll get to that one employee that I got ruined, Dr. Wall, on how now to introduce Dr. A. That'll never be out of my mind. But I got to thinking, in 1981, I graduated from the University of Florida. And at that point, I thought, oh, great.
my scholastic career is over. You know, as a student, you are always looking forward to that last day of school and everything. Who'd have thunk that I had another 20-odd years of first days of school to go? Because here I am again, some 20 years as a district board of trustee, and I've been here just about to every one of these. As a reminder, and Dr. Wall kind of referenced this and talked about excellence, and the college mission statement, just to remind y'all, FSCJ provides high-value, relevant, lifelong education that enhances the intellectual, social, cultural, and economic development of our diverse community. Well, that is your role as faculty and staff. You provide the high value, the relevant lifelong education. And I'm proud to be associated with each and every one of you, knowing that we are trying to make this community a better place. My only comment, though, comes from one of my favorite books, and that book is Who Moved My Cheese? And that book deals with change in business and in life. Key concepts in the book are change happens, anticipate change, monitor change, adapt to change quickly, change, enjoy change, but be ready to change quickly and enjoy it again. So for you at FSCJ, I ask that you please keep your eyes and ears open for opportunities in our community for change or adaptation in the programs that we offer. And speaking of something new, today we officially welcome our new president, hey, Dr. J. The District Board of Trustees all liked what we saw and heard about Dr. Avendano during the thorough interview process. We had a great committee. That was one of the highlights of me as a trustee, is working with a diverse group of individuals to really cull through a very large qualified selection of candidates to really get down to what we felt was the best for this college. And I think we had definitely made the right choice. But in a few minutes, we'll hear from him. But first, we're going to see a video on 212 degrees. This video has inspired millions of people, and it illustrates the effect that moving 1 degree can have. Thank you.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. How's everyone doing? Welcome to Convocation 2019. I want to thank Joe for that wonderful introduction. And just so that you know, Joe, I too am a fan of the Packers and the Lions and the Vikings as they compete for second place. I wish you all the very best, but make no mistake, that's what you all get to compete for this year. Well, it really is a pleasure to be here with you this morning. I am honored and I really am excited to be part of this wonderful event that all of you have come to here this morning. I want to thank you all for the spirit that you've all welcomed me with here at FSCJ. In my first few weeks, I've met so many different people, and everyone has had a common theme, and I'll talk about that here in just a second. But I want to start this morning by also thanking the Board of Trustees. I want to thank them for their due diligence in the presidential search, along with the committee that was part of that process. That was a tremendous amount of work to undertake for an important role for this institution. But more than that, I want to thank them for their confidence and for their trust in me in leading our wonderful institution. I also want to thank the faculty and the staff and for all the special notes and the messages and the cards and the social media that I've received in the past few weeks that have welcomed me and my wife to the Jacksonville area and to what we now consider our new home. I also want to thank you all for the hot and humid weather that you've provided for me. Trust me, I will thank you all again come December, January, and February. But again, it's been an amazing transition for us as we've come to FSCJ these first few weeks. Since the day I was announced as FSCJ's next president, I began receiving notes and messages from the entire college community. And if I may, I'd like to just share with you just a little insight to the common theme within those messages that I had received. The common thread through each message was a sense of hope, optimism, and a focus to the future. Almost to a person, the desire was and is to take FSCJ to a new heights. Almost to a person, the message was to start a whole new beginning here at our institution. Almost to a person, the goal was and is to achieve everything that FSCJ is capable of achieving. And moreover, every single person believes that FSCJ is poised to achieve greatness, and so do I. I can promise you that that will be my focus and my commitment while I have the opportunity to lead this institution. I also know that for us to accomplish all of our institutional goals and to reach those new highs, that no one person can do that alone. FSCJ, to accomplish everything it sets out to accomplish, we must make that our entire focus as an institution. We must all take that into our focus. We must all be committed to improving ourselves and to improving our institution and how we serve our students. In short, for FSCJ to achieve all those goals, we must have an institutional will to want to get better. We must have an institutional will to want to be the best. To be pretty good is not good enough. It's never been good enough in my book. To be pretty good is really second rate. I want us to strive for excellence in everything that we do. I want us to achieve excellence in everything that we strive to achieve as an institution. I've mentioned to many of you, and others have heard me talk about the fact that I have in my office these framed quotes, these two framed quotes that I've kept in my office the last 12 years. And to be honest, once I can find the box that I packed them in, I'll have them hang in my office again. But until then, for right now, the two quotes are, first, "No one rises to low expectations," by Vincent Tinto, who is a professor emeritus at Syracuse University. And the second quote, "An organization can never be what its people are not." That quote is the philosophy and the belief system of the Ritz-Carlton Corporation for the gold standard and their principles that they adhere to with everybody within their organization. In short, they believe that they can be an excellent organization. To be an excellent organization, you must have excellent people throughout the entire organization, and everyone, every single person must be committed to continuous improvement. So we started my presentation here with a short video, the 212 degrees, and many of you may have seen that video in the past, and if you have, that's okay. But to me, that video and what it conveys reminds me that I can always be better, that I can always do better at what I set my mind to do. The idea of increasing by 1 degree can make all the difference in the world, as you saw. The difference of 1 degree Fahrenheit is the difference between just having very hot water and the ability to power a locomotive. The idea of improving ever so slightly or by leaps and bounds is the path to achieving excellence. The concept is always to raise the bar because, again, no one rises to low expectations. I want to share with you where that quote came from. I think it's important for a couple of reasons. The first is as I was going through the interview process, that actually showed up in the newspaper. And as an educational institution, I didn't want anybody to think that I plagiarized that quote because it wasn't my quote. It came, like I said, from Vincent Tinto. But I want to share with you the setting of that quote. In 2006, when I was 2 lifetimes ago at the institution that I was at, it was what we called in-service, which was our convocation. It was a setting similar to this. We had our faculty and administrators were there for the start of the school year, 2 days before classes began. And Professor Tinto had insisted that when he does his presentations, that we would have students here on the stage, and he would lead them through a series of questions. He finished up that conversation with those 18 students by asking them what advice did they have to the faculty. They were all present. The faculty, full-time, and adjunct administrators, what advice did they have to the audience? And one young man stood up and he said, you know, many of us choose to be here for a variety of different reasons. Some are here because financially they couldn't afford to go anywhere else. Some were there because academically, quite honestly, they weren't ready to go somewhere else. Some were there because maybe they weren't ready to move away from home. And the thought of being away from home maybe was a little too frightening for them, or maybe from a maturity standpoint, they were honest with themselves and they weren't ready to go away to college just yet. But the message he said he wanted to leave the faculty and the staff and the administrators was this. He said, while we are all here for different reasons, there were a number of students, in fact, all of the students chose to be there. They chose to be there because they wanted to be part of an excellent organization. So it wasn't necessarily because of financial reasons, while that may have had a factor in it. It wasn't necessarily just because of academic reasons. They chose to be there. That was their decision to be there. And so with that, he left the faculty and the staff with a challenge. And that challenge was, don't make any assumptions about who they are as people. Don't make any assumptions of who they are as students. To challenge them. See what they can do. Raise the bar. See if they can withstand what is expected of them within a classroom. And without breaking the beat, Professor Tinto turns to the audience and he says, no one rises to low expectations. That's where that quote comes from. If we set the bar low, then we really haven't accomplished anything. If we set the bar low for students, they really haven't accomplished anything. We want FSCJ to stand for something. We want the degrees that students receive from FSCJ to stand for something. We want that associated with the concept of excellence in everything that we do and the students that we produce. I want us to challenge ourselves. I want you to challenge me to be the very best institution in the state of Florida and to be the very best institution in the country. I didn't come here. I didn't come here for financial reasons. I did not come here because I couldn't go anywhere else. I did not come here because I wasn't ready to move away from home. I chose to be here. Right? I chose you, and I'm thankful that you chose me. So again, challenge me, and I will challenge you to be the very best institution in the state of Florida and to be striving to be one of the best institutions in the entire country. I don't settle for second place. So today is my official first day of school, and as I affectionately call it, it is my beginning at FSCJ. It is our beginning. It is a new beginning for FSCJ, and just like the first day of school, I find today exciting and full of energy, and I hope all of you have found today to be exciting and full of energy as we come back from the long summer and having the opportunity to meet our friends and our colleagues that we maybe have missed over the course of the summer. So today, I'm excited. I really am excited to be here today, and I am even more excited about Monday. I just love the first day of school, and I hope you do too, because to me, the first day of school and commencement are the reminders that all is right with the world, right? It reminds me of our purpose, and it reminds me of our accomplishments. That's the first day of school, and that's when we celebrate at the end through our commencement. So over the past 10 years, I've actually had the opportunity to use this day as an opportunity to talk about the state of the college, and I will talk about that just briefly here today. But today, I really want to talk about the future of FSCJ. I want to talk about the foundation of the college and the future of what to expect. And by the foundation of the college, I'm referring to what we do for those that we serve and why we do it. In short, I also want to remind us of our mission, our vision, our purpose, and our values at FSCJ. Because to me, those are the items that through difficult times keep me grounded. Those are the items that give me focus of what we do as an institution. And they remind me of our overall purpose here at the college. As for the future of the college, I wish to address what to expect in the coming year and what to expect will be for the future of FSCJ. And then lastly, I'll talk a little bit about some reasons for celebration, and today, in the next few days, and what the cause is for our celebration. But throughout the year, I want us to remember that we have to celebrate our victories. Those are important for us as well. So what can you expect in the coming year? I'll start with the plans for the institution. We're setting institutional goals for our institution, an overall set of key performance indicators that we will establish at the college for our institutional scorecard. This scorecard will be used to measure how well we're doing. We'll show our community that we hold ourselves accountable as an institution. I would expect the metrics within our scorecard that we'll have the opportunity to compare ourselves to some of the best institutions in the state of Florida, as well as those institutions across the country. But please know that this will not be done in a vacuum. I would welcome your thoughts and I would welcome your ideas as we put these plans together. However, keep in mind that to be considered the best, we really do have to compare ourselves against the best institutions. To say that we're great is not good enough. We need to show evidence that we are, and I have every confidence that we will. In addition to establishing our metrics, and as many of you know, our current FSCJ strategic plan is scheduled to sunset in 2020, and therefore we will engage in the development of our next strategic plan for our college. And this plan will require input from business and industry, our K-12 partners, FSCJ alumni, our board of trustees, our donors, our foundation board, and all of you, along with our students. And to be honest, I could have kept that list going on and on and on, but Jill said I had a timeline, so I had to finish up at some point. So I have every confidence that we'll put together an outstanding strategic plan. But what's important is that we get the opportunity to shape our future as we go forward. We will shape our immediate future and we will shape our long-range plans for FSCJ. In my experience, a strategic plan typically has an accurate depiction of the future of what to expect really only over 3 years. These days, with the advancement of technology, how our students learn, what their expectations are, the external forces that impact the institution, to go anything beyond 3 years is way too far. That being said, I'd like for us to think about how we can create a culture of being proactive as an institution and not just responding to what the needs of our community are. We will continue to do that, but how do we be proactive in terms of what is expected from our community as a whole? In other words, let's create a culture that's constantly looking 2 to 3 years ahead while we are focused on the moment and the people that we're serving. More importantly, let's see if we can create a college and a culture that we want to have ourselves. Let's create a culture that makes it enjoyable to come to work every single day. Let's consider how we can truly incorporate creativity into everything that we do. It is one of our core values. And let's shape the institution that we want to have for the future. So I cannot speak about the immediate position of the college without mentioning where we currently are with enrollments. As I came through the process, that was the number one priority for the institution. And as of this morning, I am happy to say that at this point in time, we are 4.2% up in credit hours over last year at the same time, and 3.4% up in the number of students enrolled in the same time last year. Thank you. Right? Doesn't that feel great? It's cause for celebration, and we should celebrate. Because we will continue to review our processes, we're going to continue to review our strategies, we will continue to find ways to attract new students, and like I said, to serve our community. We are our community's college. Right? Our students, our graduates, they stay, they live, they work, and they contribute back to this institution. That's why we're vital for this institution, for this community. So I want us to truly be considered this community's college. So please know that recruitment, enrollment, retention will continue to be a priority for FSCJ as we go forward. We should celebrate our victories. We saw some of those this morning through our points of pride displayed around campus. We need to celebrate because we truly do some great things at this institution. We see it in our ability to secure NSF grants and being accredited by the program areas from our business school to our institutional accreditation. So we have done some great things. And I understand this morning we raised 2,100 pounds of food and fighting hunger that will provide 525 meals for those who would receive it. So we do some great things as an institution. When we put our mind to something, we do some great things, and we need to hear that as well, that we stand for something, that we are great at something, and we will continue to get better. But I want us all to think about how we can add to our overall points of pride. I want us all to think about how we can have pockets of excellence throughout the entire institution in raising the level of FSCJ. Again, no one rises to low expectations. We must set the bar high. So a friend of mine and a colleague a few lifetimes ago had asked me one time to consider these 3 questions. She had heard me speak, and she asked me to answer these 3 questions. So quite honestly, I've been asking myself these same 3 questions as I've come to FSCJ, and as I've come in these first few weeks, and as I prepared for today. So what do I want? Why do I want it? And how will I know when I get it? So what do I want? I want FSCJ to be considered among the best institutions in the country. That's it. To be number 1 in this country as a communities college. Why do I want that? Because I think FSCJ deserves it. But only if we work for it and only if we have earned it. We have those expectations of our students. We should have those same expectations of us. Think of the journey that we will take and think of that accomplishment when we reflect back and think about what we were able to put together to be considered one of the best institutions in the country. That's my goal. How will we know when we get it? Others will tell us, whether it's AACC, whether it's the Aspen Award. Others will come to FSCJ to see what we're doing. We won't be sending to find out what other people are doing. We will be the ones taking the lead across the country, and then we'll know. So in closing, we've spent a significant amount of time considering about our enrollment and its importance, and what we have to focus on is our commitment here at the college. However, now, let's not worry about the students that we wish we had in our classrooms. Let's turn our attention, let's turn our focus to those students that we will have in our classroom on Monday. We'll be serving well over 21,000 students come Monday morning. For our full-time faculty members who are here, welcome to FSCJ. Nothing to be worried about. They're going to be their first day as well. You're going to do great. So we're going to be serving well over 21,000 students who are here to achieve their goals, to have accomplishments, to contribute back to this community, those that we can take pride in. I take great pride in wearing this pin for FSCJ. I hope you take great pride in representing our institution as well. It is truly an honor and a privilege to represent you. I have enjoyed doing that the first 4 weeks of my tenure here, and I look forward to doing that for a very long time. I want to wish you all a tremendous semester and an outstanding school year. Know that I am here to serve all of you as much as you are here to serve our students and our community. I thank you for your commitment. No one rises to low expectations. Let's set that bar high, and let's see what we can accomplish as FSCJ. Thank you, and have a fantastic school year. Let's give it up again for Professor of Mathematics, Dr. Ken Molzet, on the piano, and his fellow musicians, Cynthia Powell playing the flute, Paul Mahalik on the bass, and Kenny Carlson playing the drums. I want to thank you for sticking around for the second hour of my presentation. I look forward to, just kidding. It's my honor to I also just thank all the presenters and the interpreters for doing a fantastic job here this morning. And of course, all of our performers, and certainly our MC and contact tour guide, Professor Joe LaBarbera. Thank you. Good luck. And before we close today, I also want to acknowledge those who helped bring Convocation together. It's a whole team of faculty and staff across the entire college who bring this event and bring the energy that's necessary for an event like this to take place each and every year. So the entire planning committee, if you would please stand, let's thank them. There are far too many to name, but let's have them all stand and give them a round of applause for the work that they do. Again, these events cannot happen by themselves. So I hope you can feel it. I am excited to be here. I hope you're excited for the school year as well. Today is just the start of many great things to happen. Again, I wish you all an amazing semester and an outstanding school year. I look forward to getting to know more of you, all of you, over the course of this next year. And again, let's make this an outstanding institution and one of the best in the country at FSCJ. Have a great academic year. Thank you for coming. Enjoy the rest of the day.